Hi everyone. Today I want to talk to you about another way to multiply your earnings hours, and that's by creating your own products and selling them online. So remember, multiplying those earnings hours is very important because you can only physically work so many hours out of the day. So the hours that you're sleeping, that you're on vacation, that you're sick, those hours you also want to be making a profit. So creating products, having rental properties, writing a book, doing YouTube videos, these are all examples of things that you can do. Now you might think, I don't have the engineering skills, mechanical abilities, CAD software knowledge, but you're wrong, you're so wrong. You can do this. You can do this. I guess it says you can do it. Sorry. The only thing standing in your way is what looks back at you when you look in the mirror. It's stinking thinking, quit doing it. This is super easy. Let's go ahead and create a part together. By the end of this video, you can create one, you can print it out. I'll show you the cost. Let's get to it. Okay, so I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, how does a roofing company have any credibility to talk to me about creating products? Well, actually, we hold several patents, and we had no prior CAD skills. We don't have engineering backgrounds, but we would find problems and things that we were working with on our jobs, and we would think about them and try and come up with solutions. So we actually came out with the Grand Easy toilet bowl cap, came out with the Grand Easy small toilet bowl cap, and we came out with the Grand Easy stopper. And we actually have 2 more products that we're developing right now that will be available in 2021. Now each one of these products sell hundreds a month on Amazon, and so we're able to have that extra profit coming in. Now one thing that you might want to buy is a micrometer. So a micrometer will help you with all of your measurements as you're developing products. I'll go ahead and put a link to this micrometer on the description so that you can also look at one on Amazon. So if you have a micrometer, a little bit of YouTube knowledge on CAD software, and a good idea, you can also create a product. But once you have a product idea that you think is a pretty good idea, go out and do a Google search. And look on Google, look on Amazon, because face it, if it's for sale, it's on Amazon. So go out, exhaust that search. Once you've exhausted that search, then go out to Google Patents and do a look through all the patents that are related to the product that you're thinking of. And just make sure that somebody hasn't already patented the idea, but they just haven't quite developed it yet and had it manufactured and for sale. Once you've exhausted that, then move on to the next step. So let me give you an example of one of the CAD software packages that we use occasionally for some of our products. It's called Onshape. Now Onshape is free to use, you just have to register. But let's go ahead and create a part now.
Okay, so first navigate out to the www.onshape.com website. Once you get to the website, you can request a trial. I'm going to go ahead and log in since I already have an ID. Okay, so once you've registered and you've created an account, go ahead and log in. Once you log in, you'll be at this front page of Onshape. There's a couple parts out here I was kind of playing around with, but you can click on Create up in the upper left-hand corner and create document. Now let's go ahead and call this widget. We're just going to create a small part. Let's just pretend that in whatever business that we're in, we notice that a small plastic part would really help us be more productive. So first thing you're going to want to do is create a sketch. Let's go ahead and name the sketch widget. And then it wants you to select which plane to use. We're going to go ahead and use the top plane and then select it. And then we're going to just draw something simple. Let's just make a couple lines here, kind of connect them, just do something kind of crazy. Okay, what is that? I don't know. Okay, so we have that. Now let's go ahead and extrude it. And extrude is just where you add a dimension to it. So now you can rotate it and you see it has some dimension. So let's try to make this part as small as possible so that we can reduce our amount of CAD time and reduce our amount of print time needed for this product. So okay, now we have this widget that looks like this. Let's go ahead and go back to our top plane here. And let's put a let's just go ahead and create another part of the sketch, and let's just call it hole. And select the top plane again. And then let's just go ahead and create a hole in the middle of this for some reason. Let's say it was needed. And then let's go ahead and extrude that hole. Now, it's going to try to create an add. Let's do a remove though. And then let's reverse the arrow on it so it goes through our part. So now we've created a hole straight through our part. Let's just say merge with all. Go ahead and click OK on that. So now you've created this part. Let's just say it fits in a piece of machinery or something that makes your life easier. So that is all there is to creating the part. Now, of course, your part may be more complex. Another thing that you will want to do is to figure out what units you want to use. So you can go up here and you can click on workspace units. And we have it selected as inches right now. But if ultimately you're going to be using a Chinese company or a Korean company, somebody overseas, you're probably going to want to select that your units are going to be in metric. So let's just select millimeters. Now, US companies will also accept millimeters, and to be honest with you, it's probably better just to select millimeters to begin with. So okay, let's go ahead and export this part out. Now for our particular printer, we use STL files. So let's give this part a name. Let's just call it Widget. And click OK. Okay, once you've exported your widget file, I will load my Creality software. I have a Creality 3D printer, and I really like the Creality. I will go ahead and put a link below to the exact printer that I have. I've had absolutely no problems with it, and it prints everything pretty good quality. I've been very impressed with this printer, and it costs around $500 or $600, so it's fairly reasonable price. So let's go ahead and pull in the file that we saved, which is called Widget. And there we go. There's our part. And then we need to just export it out. So it's saved to my flash card that now I can take over to the 3D printer.
Wow, so 16 minutes later, I'm holding the part in my hand. This is just amazing. 3D printing has just revolutionized the product creation business. Imagine having to wait weeks or months to get a copy of your product from a manufacturer so that you could try it out and tweak it. Where now if we realize that this needed to be a little bit longer or the hole needed to be a little bit bigger or to this side, we could do it, and 16 minutes later, we're holding our part and we can try it again. So after you've tweaked this part and you get it perfect, you're ready to move on to the next step. Once you have your prototype and you've verified that it works, you've done some tweaks and you're pretty happy with it, you might go out and file a provisional patent with the USPTO. It's about $150 to use EFS Web to do it yourself. Once you file that patent, you have 12 months to file a real patent, or at least explore your idea and see if it's going to work or not, and then you can always abandon the patent. So the next thing to do would be to go out and find a plastic injection molding company. You can do a simple Google search to find these companies online. Now you can find them here in the US or you can find them overseas. There's pluses and minuses to each. So the reason that we try to keep our parts small is because shipping costs become a big part of your equation. You want to factor in how much it's going to cost for the mold, how much it's going to cost for the actual product, and then how much it's going to cost to ship. But why don't we go ahead and break that apart and figure out what all the costs are for our part that we created. And actually, I found a use for it. It looks like it's going to be something you can put on a pencil. But let's go ahead and figure this out.
So I put together this quick and dirty Excel spreadsheet for our widget cost estimator. So let's say that we have talked to a plastic mold manufacturer. We've come up with a $6,500 mold creation price. This is the price to actually create the mold to create our plastic part. And we have also negotiated 1,000 units to be created. And the cost per unit for each one of our widgets is 22 cents. The shipping cost for the 1,000 units from the manufacturer to our door is $500 or 50 cents per unit. And then we also negotiate a packaging cost to create a package for our widget, which is 15 cents per unit. Now we have to select a distributor. Let's just say we're going to pick Amazon as our distributor. So to ship it from our door to the distributor is going to be 15 cents per unit. Now the distributor like Amazon will charge you fees to sell your product. Now Amazon charges about 15% of your retail price as your referral fee. And then just because we kind of know what the estimate is for something that runs along the size of this widget that we created, we know that Amazon will charge about $3.75 for an FBA fee. So the total product cost is $6.27. So let's just go with the suggested retail price of $9.99. That would give us a profit of $3.72. We'd have to sell 1,747 units of this product to be able to break even for our mold cost.
Okay, so this is the hard part. This is where you got to do the soul searching. You need to break out your crystal ball. You need to grab your magic 8-ball, shake it, and see if it says all signs point to yes. No, seriously, this is where you need to really do your due diligence. You need to look at your competition. You need to look at your costs. You need to figure out, is your retail price too high for your competition, priced just right, or hopefully you have it priced too low and then you have a lot of upside to your profits. Does your product offer anything above your competitor's product where people would choose your product over theirs? Look at all these things and then you can make a decision if you want to press forward. Now, if you found anything valuable in this video, please like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. And just remember, you can do this. Okay, I know it says you can do it. It was a joke, yeah.